Let's have the first one. First item. What is the primary factor to consider in preparing instructional materials? What is the primary factor to consider in preparing instructional materials? A, the objectives of the lesson. B, the technology available in the classroom. C, the diversity of the learners. And D, the methods and techniques. So you just type on that or in our chat box your answer. We have Teacher Jasmine, A, Teacher Jill, A. How about the others? How about Teacher Olive? The answer is A. Okay, let's see if it's letter A. Okay, the correct answer is letter A. Bakit po letter A, teachers? Driving. Keep safe po, Teacher Olive. So, it's letter A po kasi in everything we do, if you can remember, Ganye's 9 events of instruction, first one is, what's the first one in Ganye? No, gaining the learner's attention. That's during po during the instruction. What's the second one? Informing the learners with the learning objectives. So that's very important po. And if you know Tyler's model, you will know that the very first step before we select materials, before we plan our learning activities, we have to identify first our objectives. So always po yan, objectives of the lesson, ang unang pinaplano before we select our learning activities or learning experiences, before we select materials, what are we going to use? Kasi if hindi po siya aligned sa objectives ng lesson natin and the materials that we will be using in our instruction, then walang sense po yung paggamit kahit gaano pa kaganda yung materials nyo, yung model nyo, if it's realia, visual aids, or whatever, if hindi po yan suitable or aligned sa objectives na tinatarget natin that the learners will be able to acquire at the end of the lesson, then it's still useless. So before we plan our learning objectives, before we select the materials that we will be using or prepare our instructional materials, we have to create our objectives first, no? Doon tayo mag-go back. Yan yung core natin in creating, in preparing for our instruction or our materials. Objectives po yung binibasa natin. Okay? It's not letter B because it's not the technology available in the classroom. Hindi po tayo nagbe-base sa technology kung anong technology ang meron tayo sa classroom, no? Para na ating gagamitin for the instruction. Hindi po yan ang basis natin. Again, the core po ay yung objective. Doon po tayo nagbe-base kung anong materials ang gagamitin natin. The diversity of the learners. Again po, objectives is a very core. No, we have, if you are enrolled here, you will learn Tyler's model, and then Ganye's 9 events of instructions. So you'll know what are the basis in selecting instructional materials. And the methods and techniques is not really the primary factor. Again po, primary factor in selecting instructional materials, objectives po yan. Our objectives of the lesson. Yan yung binibase natin in selecting materials. Okay, so it's letter A. Very good, teachers. Number 2. Of the following, which will you implement as the most effective strategy for influencing human emotion for retention and discovery of learning? Is it A, being humorous and light in teaching? B, using inspirational tools such as books, films, art, etc.? Or is it C, applying drills to augment retention? And D, using the internet by surfing for information? Yan po, teachers. Of the following, which will you implement as the most effective strategy for influencing human emotion for retention and discovery of learning? From Teacher Jill, we have B. From Teacher Jasmine, we have B. From Teacher Olive, we have B. Let's see if it's letter B. Okay, very good. It's letter B. I would like to hear from Teacher Jill, or you can just type it in our chat box, Teacher Jill. Ano po yung kinonsider nyo why you answered letter B? Using inspirational tools. Or you can just turn on your microphone.
Hello po.
Hello, Teacher Jill.
Well, I considered po using inspirational tools since we're talking about human emotions po. And as we all know, these books, films, and art, it's a creative way to get the attention of the students as well, of the learners, as well as to influence them in learning po.
Thank you so much, Teacher Jill. No, we have already a clue. We have already a clue. Human emotion, influencing human emotion. Very good, Teacher Jill. So dito po, hindi tayo pwedeng mag-being humorous and light in teaching, right? Because being humorous and light in teaching, it's actually like the teacher itself is the center, right? Next, we cannot also answer applying drills because it's not really discovery of learning when we say applying drills, right? Because applying drills is more on memorization, no? Keeping or memorizing or sorry, or for inuulit until ma-memorize or ma-retain yung information. Next, using the internet by surfing for information, it's not also the answer. So using inspirational tools just like books, films, and art are the most effective way among the choices here to influence our human emotion, no? Inspirational tools. And it can actually influence or contribute to how we behave, to how we feel. If we watch or use inspirational tools. Yung mga bata kung if you just show videos, no, or YouTube videos of inspirational or videos that shows about kindness, they are actually being moved and they retain better because again, they retain better or learn better if it's engaged or we are engaging them to all the different senses, no? Seeing, hearing, art can be like doing something. So again, the best way here to influence human emotion is through the use of inspirational tools. Very good. Thank you so much for your participation, Teacher Jill. Next, number 3. Which of the following is a quality of an engaging learning environment most reflective of education for all, or EFA? A. Innovations to enhance learning for all types of learners. B. Decentralized governance. C. Student-centered learning activities. Or D. Open communications for all teachers, parents, and students. Which of the following is a quality of an engaging learning environment most reflective of education for all? EFA, Education for All. Ang swerte ng mga teachers natin dito na naka-join kasi para siyang exclusive review, no? Tayo-tayo lang. Teacher Jill, letter A. How about the others po? Teacher Olive, letter A. Most reflective of education for all. Actually, this is quite tricky. Teacher Isabella, letter A. Okay, let's see if it's letter A. Okay, it's not letter A. Okay, I'll explain later on, teachers. So, innovations to enhance learning for all types of learners is not the answer. What is the answer? Student-centered learning activities. So this is how we will be rationalizing it. Now, EFA is education for all. Now, if we say innovations to enhance learning for all types of learners, I know this is actually tricky. No, yun ang second choice ko. Yes po. So, yan po ang kahirap o yan po yung mahirap sa Prof Ed, no? Professional education subject po. Kasi, napaka-tricky niya. Sometimes you have to really think deeply and all the choices and options are actually quite similar. So you have to really think, no? Analyze, think critically, and analyze before you answer. So, education for all, meaning, edukasyon para sa lahat, right? So, education for all caters to all types of learners. That's correct. No, all types of learners. However po, pinofocus niya yung all types of learners. What type of learner are you? Are you a visual learner? Are you Are you an auditory learner? Are you a kinesthetic learner? Or are you a visual and ano pa ba? Global learner or analytic learner? It focuses po sa ganyan yung letter A. Yes, it can be. We can consider that. Okay, let's not remove that to our choices first. Okay, let's go to letter B. It's not letter B, decentralized governance. Why? Because when we say decentralized governance po, it talks about the power of the school to create or more freedom of the school to implement rules that is suitable to the need of the school. Okay, because when we say centralized governance, for example, DepEd, then what is the choice of DepEd should be implemented to all schools. But for decentralized, the school has the ability to implement their own rules based on what is the need or what is important or what needs to be addressed in a particular situation inside the school. So the school has more freedom to not to cater to the needs of the learners, of the teachers and staffs. So actually decentralized is very good, no? It's a good system also. So it focuses more on that. Now, for letter D, open communications for all their teachers, parents, and students is not the answer because it focuses more on the relationship of school, parent teachers, right? And the students or all the stakeholders relationship inside the school. So B and D is not the answer. So we are left with two options. A and C, student-centered learning activities. Why is this the better answer or the best answer among the four? It's because when we say student-centered learning activities, you do not only consider or you do not only think about what kind or what's the learning preference of the learner. No, it talks more on creating activities, planning learning experiences that is suitable to all learners, regardless of their culture, regardless of the age, maybe, regardless of their socio-economic status. No, so student-centered learning activities, no, engaging quality of an engaging learning environment. If you centralize your learning experiences or focus your learning activities based on the needs of the students, then it's actually talking about EFA, education for all. Because again, it doesn't only seize one factor, but a lot of factor. The socioeconomic, if it's culturally appropriate, no, if it's in accordance to their learning experiences. So that's why among the four, student-centered learning activities is what or is the choice that most likely abides to education for all. Okay? You are making a learning environment that is conducive to all learners because you focus all your learning activities to the student's needs. Okay? So it's not just about enhancing learning, but it's not learning only, but respecting where they come from. What are their culture, their status. So it's very holistic, student-centered learning activities. So I hope I was able to at least enlighten. Bakit hindi letter A yung answer? Enhance innovations to enhance learning. But dito sa student-centered learning activities, it's not just really the learning, but also the background of the learners. Kaya ang answer ko dito is letter C, education for all, regardless of the status, regardless of the age, regardless of the culture or the socioeconomic status. Okay? So student-centered learning appropriate learning activities. Yun po yung answer for number 3. Okay? Education for all. You read education for all, there's is it like a reading. You can search it so that you'll know more about education for all and what is it really about and what it is really targeting. Okay? Now let's go to number 4. Oh, we will only have 5 items for today because on Thursday we will also still have 5 items, and on Saturday that will be a longer version of review. Okay? So for number 4, what does the madrasa program of the K-12 curriculum prove? Madrasa program. A, gender sensitivity. B, inclusivity. C, unity. D, exclusivity. Ano po yung Teacher Isabella, letter B, exclusivity. Inclusive. Inclusivity. Teacher Olive, inclusivity. Teacher Jill, inclusivity. Okay, let's see if it's inclusivity. Teacher Jasmine, D as well. Very good. It is inclusivity po. Bakit? Ano ba yung madrasa program? Madrasa program po, it's a program or an education, madrasa education for Muslim learners. Okay po, so it's for Muslim learners. So you can search the not the article, but the DepEd order. It's under DepEd order number 11, series of 2014. No, you read about it so that you'll know more about madrasa program. So for madrasa program, no, it is an education for Muslim students where we provide, no, or the school provides the learners with culturally appropriate, no, and also Islamic friendly educational opportunities, because sometimes they do not receive the appropriate learning experiences, activities. So now there's somehow a specialized educational opportunities for those learners, no, the madrasa program. Again, these are for Muslim learners, Yan lang po yung clue sa madrasa program. So it's inclusive, meaning everyone, regardless of our culture, regardless of the place where we live, regardless of what we believe in, right? Education is for everyone. No, we do not exclude something or someone because of race, because of ethnicity. So we include everyone. It's not gender sensitivity because, again, in inclusivity, this is actually a very broad term already. And it's not really talking about gender, no, the madrasa program. It's about a community, no, a community of people. So it's inclusive, and that's exclusivity, right? We do not exclude. So madrasa program wants to prove inclusivity for all, or inclusivity to receive education or quality education. Okay, madrasa program for Muslim learners. Very good, teachers. You got it all correct. Next. Okay, if you want to read more about the madrasa program, again, you can look at it at the order number 11, series of 2014. Madrasa program. Okay, inclusive. Last item. What is the quality of Teacher Mona's lecture when she makes use of various pictures, charts, graphs, and videos to support her lectures? A, simplified vocabulary. B, enrichment through visual aids. C, causal and logical relationships. Or D, continuing sequence. Okay, we have a very long clue. Teacher Jill, letter B. How about the others? Teacher Isabella, B. Teacher Olive, B. Teacher Jasmine, B. Okay, let's see if it's letter B. But I think that you know it already, right? Why B, teachers? It is B because we have you underline the clue. Pictures, charts, graphs, and videos. So that means it caters to visual learners. Because again, what are visual learners? They learn better when they see images, when they see visuals, not just like graphs, pictures, charts. So they learn best through that. So how about you? Do you know what's your learning preference or your learning style? Because that can actually help you in studying and reviewing in preparation for your examination this March, right? So again po, it's not simplified vocabulary, words. It's not also, because it can be words that can also still cater to visual learners. However, various pictures, charts, graphs, we have here already the clues. So it is through visual aids. It's not causal and logical, because it's not talking about cause and effect relationship, and continuing sequence because it's not talking about order or ranking, right? So again, what lecture or what caters best to those learners who learn through pictures, charts, and graphs? Okay, so that's through visual aids. So that is if you are a visual learner. Okay, so I guess all of you got the correct answer. Once again, I don't think, okay, you just find it hard, the number, I think number two, if I'm not mistaken. Is it number two or number three? But I hope that I was able to enlighten you at least a little bit. Okay, so I guess that's all for this evening, teachers, and I hope to see you, more teachers this Thursday.